I'm 68 years old, with no pension, no savings, and kids who can't support me. Yet, I'm living well and enjoying every single day. Think old age means slowing down? Or could it be the start of a brand new journey? Here in America, we're all about pulling ourselves up, and today I'm sharing how I did just that. Ways you can try too. In this video, you'll discover 3 practical strategies I use to support myself at 68. Finding new income streams that fit seniors, managing money smartly to live comfortably, and most importantly, building a meaningful life without relying on anyone else. I'll also share my story, from fear to confidence, so you can see that you can rewrite your future too. Picture me 3 years ago in my tiny Ohio kitchen, staring at a stack of bills. My bank account had just $372 left. I thought, what now? Social Security barely covered rent and groceries, and my kids have their own lives. I felt like the world was caving in. Have you ever worried about your financial future? Drop me too in the comments if you've been there. But here's something I haven't told you yet. A small decision changed everything. Let me take you back to that moment when I realized retirement isn't the end, but a new beginning. Once upon a time, I was an ordinary office worker in Dayton, Ohio. For 40 years, I worked hard, believing Social Security or a small nest egg would carry me through retirement. I thought my kids or the government would have my back. Boy, was I wrong. Life didn't go as planned. Then one day, everything shifted. A medical bill arrived. $8,000, a number that made my hands shake. I checked my bank account. $372. My heart sank. Social Security covered the basics, but what about medicine, insurance, or unexpected costs? My kids had their own families. I couldn't lean on them. Tears rolled down my face as I thought, what am I going to do? What's next for me? It felt like I had no way out. But in that moment of despair, I realized something. In America, we're taught it's never too late to start over. I had no money, no plan, but I had a lifetime of experience and determination. I asked myself, can I turn these years into a new opportunity? That question changed everything. If you're feeling up against a wall, stick with me, because I'm about to share the small decision that opened a new path, not just to survive, but to thrive. Think you can't earn money after 65? I thought so too, until one moment flipped the script. I decided age wouldn't define me. I started looking for ways to earn income, simple things that matched my energy and experience. Here's how I did it, and how you can too. After sleepless nights, I realized my life experience was my greatest asset. I'm no tech wizard, but I've always loved knitting, a skill my mom taught me. I heard about Etsy, a platform for selling handmade goods. Why not give it a shot, I thought. I started knitting scarves, snapped photos with my phone, and listed them online. With just 10 hours a week, I made $300 a month, enough for utilities and some meds. According to AARP, 40% of Americans over 65 are taking on part-time gigs like this to boost income. You don't need to be an expert. Just use what you know. Etsy wasn't my only path. I explored online tutoring through platforms like Tutor.com. With my office job background, I taught skills like organizing tasks or writing professional emails. Each hour earned me $15 to $20, all from home. I met a friend at the community center who sells homemade jams at local farmers markets. She told me, if you've got a skill, someone needs it. I learned that at our age, we can do more than we think, whether it's blogging about life lessons, consulting based on past work, or selling crafts. Here's my take. Earning money isn't about chasing tech trends or hard labor. It's about finding value in what you've built over a lifetime. Your skills, hobbies, or stories can become income. But earning is just the start. How do you keep that money and live well? There's a secret I haven't shared. A small change in how I spend saved me thousands a year. Stick around to find out what it is. Making money is one thing. Keeping it is another. I used to spend without thinking. A Starbucks latte here, dinner out there. But with $372 in the bank, I knew I had to change. I downloaded a free app called Mint to track my spending. In 3 months, I saved $500 without giving up movie nights. My trick? The 50-30-20 rule. 50% for essentials like rent and meds, 30% for wants like books, and 20% for savings or debt. I also tapped into programs for seniors. Snap cut my grocery bill by $50 a month, and AARP's discount list saved me on everything from insurance to bus fares. Bank of America says 60% of seniors can save 20% of their income with careful planning. At the pharmacy, I learned about a senior discount and shaved 30% off my meds. Budgeting isn't about giving up joy, it's about making every dollar count. I started hosting potlucks instead of dining out, saving money while enjoying friends' company. Seeing my account grow gave me confidence I hadn't felt in years. But money isn't everything. Something else made me truly happy at 68. Can you guess what it is? Did you know one small change in spending can save you thousands a year? After earning $300 a month from Etsy and tutoring, I knew money was only part of the equation. To live well at 68, I needed to manage my finances smartly and find meaning beyond the bank account. Keeping my Etsy and tutoring income meant changing old habits. I used to think budgeting was for tech-savvy youngsters, but then I found YNAB, You Need a Budget, a free app. Every night, over a cup of tea, I logged my expenses. In 3 months, I saved $700, enough for an unexpected medical bill. I stuck to the 50-30-20 rule. 50% for needs like housing, 30% for wants like a new book, and 20% for savings. I leaned on senior programs too. Snap saved me $50 monthly on groceries, and AARP's discounts cut costs on meds and movie tickets. Bank of America notes that 60% of seniors can save 20% with planning. At the pharmacy, I discovered a senior discount, slashing my bill by 30%. Budgeting isn't about giving up, it's about choosing what matters. I started cooking at home and inviting friends over, saving money while having fun. But a bigger question loomed. How do I make my golden years truly golden? There's a secret I haven't shared, a small habit that made me happier than ever. Can you guess it? One day, while tidying up, I found an old journal listing dreams from my youth. Learn to paint, travel, help others. I thought, I'm 68, but why not? I signed up for a free painting class at the community center. My first brushstrokes were clumsy, but I felt alive. The National Institute on Aging says seniors in community activities cut depression risk by 30%. I also volunteered at the library, reading to kids every Wednesday. One day, a little girl hugged me and said, "You're the best storyteller." Those moments cost nothing, but were worth more than gold. A library friend connected me with a new tutoring client, adding $200 monthly to my income. Happiness isn't about money, it's about feeling valued. In America, we believe in making our own way, and I did that by opening my heart to my community. But here's the twist. Those free activities didn't just spark joy, they created income. Want to know how? If you think old age is just waiting around, let me share the moment that changed my life. Earning money and budgeting helped pay the bills, but something was missing. Money kept me afloat, not fulfilled. Then I saw a flyer, free painting class for seniors. I thought, I'm 68, why not try? That decision was the peak of my journey and taught me the greatest lesson. I walked into that painting class nervous as a kid. My first attempt? Paint everywhere, but I felt alive. The National Institute on Aging says community involvement cuts depression risk by 30% for seniors. I also volunteered at the library, reading to kids. One Wednesday, a little girl hugged me and said, "You're my favorite storyteller." Those moments were priceless. At a senior club, I learned to blog about my life. A friend there linked me with a new tutoring client, boosting my income by $200 a month. I learned happiness doesn't come from a bank balance, but from knowing you still matter. In America, we're all about carving our own path, and I did that by connecting with others. Here's the kicker. One painting from class sold for $50 at a community fair. Now, I sell art regularly, turning a hobby into cash. Old age isn't the end. It's a chance to rediscover yourself. You don't need a pension or savings to live well, just the courage to try and the belief you're still valuable. But there's another story I haven't shared, about a friend from the library who did something even bigger. Want to know what it is? Today, I've taken you through my journey at 68, from fear in my Ohio kitchen, staring at unpaid bills, to finding new income through Etsy and tutoring, managing money with the 50-30-20 rule, and discovering true joy in community activities. Imagine waking up each day knowing you can cover your bills paint a picture, or read to a child, living life on your terms. That's not just surviving, that's thriving, the American way. It's never too late to start over. At 65, 70, or even 80, you can rewrite your story. I once thought retirement was a dead end, but now I see it's a door to new possibilities, new friends, new skills, a better you. The National Institute on Aging says seniors who stay active in their communities are happier and healthier. You don't need a fat bank account, just a bit of courage and an open heart. If you've ever worried about money or felt you're past your prime, drop "I'm ready" in the comments to show you're ready to change. Share this video with a friend who needs a boost. You might spark their journey. And hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next. You won't want to miss my next video, where I'll share how a friend turned her painting hobby into $500 a month in just 3 months. If you think my story's over, you haven't heard about my friend from the library. At 72, she turned a small hobby into a thriving side business, transforming her life. I saw her at the community fair, beaming beside her artwork, and I knew our journeys never truly end. The real adventure is just beginning. I'll see you in the next video, ready to start your own